Good afternoon and welcome to the vlog for Monday the 12th of January. Hope everybody is well and had a nice weekend. Apologies, there was no video on Friday. I had intended to work. I think I had mentioned to you that I had a dental appointment in the middle of the afternoon, which was going to slightly curtail what I could do. I think like the rest of the country, we were looking at the weather forecast on Thursday and not getting overly excited about prospects of getting around on the Friday. There wasn't a lot of work on the feed as well, and then the wife said she's working from home because of any potential travel problems. I made my mind up quite early Thursday. I'm going to have the day off. I did keep an eye on the feed, but there really wasn't anything coming through that was worth risking going out into the potentially bad weather. So day off. Other news, the only thing that's come across my attention over the weekend is a company down in Erith called Bat Cables. I've done a few jobs into them and out them. I can't remember the courier that looks after that work, but there is a courier that seems to control that. But they've gone into administration, the manufacturer. I think it was 350, 400 jobs, big site. Lot of work coming out of there, but they've gone into administration, so people have all been made redundant. Won't be the first, I'm sure, this year. Won't be the last. Yeah, but just a manufacturer that gone by the wayside. We're just going to go as well through the stats for last week. They're not very impressive. Income for last week was £710. My standing expenses are 325. That's 5 days at £35, and then my van repayment, January being a 4-week month, that makes it £150 a week. So that's a 325. Fuel was heavy last week, £212, 90 pence. £7.20 on tolls. That left me a profit at the end of the day of £164.90. Not very good, but we know it is what it is in January. Fuel was high last week. I did a couple of jobs where the loads were heavy on distance. That doesn't help, and also because of the weather last week and the cold weather, when I've been sitting around, the van's been ticking over, so that obviously burns fuel. So yeah, anyway, there we go. Not going to get too down or too excited about any of this. On to today. I did win a job on Friday afternoon, and I was actually surprised to get it. It was a wait and return job, and I don't normally get these. I have a little bit of a problem with wait and return jobs. So many couriers seem to think that you should do the return bit for half the price or less. I don't think like that. I think if you're going to A to B and then got to come back from B to A, yes, all right, you're being unloaded and loaded on site, but mileage wise you're still doing the same as if you was doing a, you know, if you're doing 200 miles round trip, it's the same as doing a 200 miles anywhere. So I don't normally get these. Anyway, I thought I'm going to put a price on it. It was going from Halstead. Halstead is 45 minutes from where I live, about 25 minutes from Colchester once I drop the wife off in the morning. Going to E14, that's Canary Wharf on the outskirts of East London. 57 miles each way, so a total of 114. Ideally, if I wanted a price that small van job, I'd be looking at 110, but I went with 100 and I got the job. Shipper is probably my number one customer, so they know what they're going to get from my point of view. They're going to get the job done properly. It was going to a building site with vehicles having to be booked in and etc. You know the drill with some of these, and I think they just wanted somebody sensible to do it, which is why they gave the job to me, I hope. Anyway, I was on site this morning, 9 o'clock booking, but I was on site at 8:15. They were just unloading an Arctic, which is probably why they wanted me at 9, but I was started getting loaded not too long afterwards, and I was off site 10 to 9. It's about an hour and a half to do the 57 miles. Just a little bit of traffic getting out of Halstead due to some roadworks. Normal traffic around Braintree, which is a busy intersection now on the 120, and then the normal little queue at the bottom of the M11 and the bottom of 406, and then we just go down the A13 to Canary Wharf. Got on site around about 20 past 10. I was on site for an hour. It was a bit of a pain, but when I got there, I had to go to one gate to book in, which I did. Then go around to another gate for delivery. I did know all this, so it wasn't anything of a surprise. But when I got round to the second gate, the guys were on a tea break, so that wasted about 10 minutes. Then they had to find a forklift driver, get the pallet off, and then try and work out which pallet it was to go back. So I was on site in all for an hour. I didn't make any issue of it. My terms and conditions now clearly state 30 minutes to unload, 30 minutes to load. So the fact it's on one site doesn't really make a great difference, does it? It was an hour. Left there around about 20 past 11. Back to Halstead for about 20 to 1. Offloaded in 5 minutes flat. The guys were obviously expecting me and they knew exactly what it was, so there's no issues there. Parked up, got myself some lunch. The plan was to hang around till 2 o'clock. It's quite a decent area. There is a few bits and pieces come out of Halstead, but I can quite easily get to Braintree, Haverhill or Colchester. But nothing's come up. There was a couple of jobs for later in the day, which meant hanging around for 2 or 3 hours. Didn't really see the point of that. There's a few jobs that are on the feed to collect this afternoon for delivery tomorrow morning, which I can do within my time scale, so I'm awaiting a phone call on those. But it got to 2 o'clock and I'd sort of already decided that if nothing came up I was going to make my way home. I've got a million and one things I can do at home. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just making my way back to Colchester. When I finish this I'll have another look on the feed and see if anything's popped up. If it does, I'll let you tomorrow. So yeah, nice excuse me, nice short one today. I hope you've been okay. Yeah, and we'll talk again tomorrow. All the best now. Cheers, Paul.